This is our new project, 1950 Chevrolet pickup. This is a 3600 model, which means 3/4 ton. A half ton would be a 3100. I just drug this thing home from Canada. It's technically been mine for like 6 years. Been storing it at my in-laws' house.
It's actually got a good porthole.
Finally made the time to get up there, get it down here, went through the whole importation process, all that. It's legally now an American truck. And as you can see, it's pretty rough. So like I said, this is a 50. Obviously was used as some sort of service truck. I want to say welding rig because I see bottle mounts here and here. Like maybe this was propane for like an engine driven and then these were gas bottles. The bed, as rough as it is one of my favorite parts. I can see a lot of hammer and dollying in the future, but I'm keeping the bed. I would like it to be a little straighter, but we are keeping it. Yeah, I originally thought this thing ran on propane. I'll show you under the hood, but upon further investigation, I believe this is a fuel tank that I currently can't get open. We'll get there eventually. I did a little bit of looking on this. I sent the VIN off to GM Heritage Center. Paid them their 75 bucks so they could tell me stuff. Factory blue, not factory service bed. It came with a normal fleet side bed. 216 cubic inches of stove bolt Fury, which I saw a video of it running. Now the video is 13 years old, but ran when parked. Interior's rough. It needs floors. It honestly needs one of everything. But the price was right. Roof's in good shape. All right, now we're under the hood here. There you can see the Chevy straight six. They call them a stove bolt because of the type of fasteners they use to hold the valve cover down. I believe this is a 216. We also made a 235 and a bunch of stuff, a 250. I think they made a 261. I believe this is the little one, which makes a ground pounding 92 horse when it's new. This one's obviously not new, and we'll be lucky to make half of that. It is supposed to run. And I think that's our first goal. Probably just run a 12 volt battery, even though it's 6 volts, and just like let the gauges burn out because they're probably burnt out already. I think when they had this thing running, they obviously jumped power straight to the coil. I can't imagine they had a 6 volt battery, so that damage may already be done. The reason why I thought this was a propane rig, and I think was, or dual fuel at one time, is all of this hokey stuff here. Obviously there's some sort of gas regulator here that's plugged. This says fuel regulator, which I think is vapor fuel. And then this carb setup is weird. It's not factory. Normally there's a Rochester single barrel that sits right here. I don't know about this homemade sprinkler pipe looking thing. I do have a new carburetor for it. Before we get too far, we may just put that on because I don't know how any of this stuff works. But I'm thinking this is a dual fuel. This guy was rather resourceful, or maybe he was up in the oil field up north or something, and he wanted it to be able to run on whatever he found, steal a bottle from a forklift or fill it up with gasoline. Sure, the rad probably leaks. There's nothing in it. It is a 4-speed. Actually, who knows? It might be a 3-speed. It's got a stick in there. Floor starter. Here's the gauges. Like I said, they're cool looking, but all of the markings are gone except for the speedo. Gun rack, we threw that in for free. I got this thing from my brother-in-law, who was never going to do anything with it. And he got it from a guy also named Tyler, who unfortunately passed away at a young age in an off-road accident. He was kind of a hot rod guy, loved doing burnouts. Actually, the video that I saw this running 13 years ago, it was doing a burnout. It was chained to a house, but it was doing a burnout. So I told him a long time ago, I think before me and my wife were technically married, that, hey, if you're not going to do anything with that and you want to do right by the guy, I'll take it and we'll do something cool with it. Years passed. He agreed then, and years passed, and then finally I brought it home. So this one's a touch sentimental, mostly for my wife. I never met the guy, but he sounds like someone that I would enjoy. So we're going to go ahead and try to make this something again. As far as plan, like I said before, I don't really have one. I think initial plan is to get it running, or see if we can get it running in the current configuration. I did that thing I do and I bought some parts already. Some like tune-up parts for the old 216. We'll call that short-term plan. Get it running, move it around, tires and wheels on it, and just like kind of putter around the neighborhood. Long-term plan has a lot to do with that truck right there, white trash. These two trucks have the same wheelbase. That's not an accident. I bought that truck because I knew I had this one coming home. Drove that as a daily for a while. That frame eventually is going to go under here. Then we're going to have modern stuff like disc brakes and power brakes and just a frame that hasn't spent its whole entire life rusting away in Canadian winters. Keeping the patina, we're going to do like one of those wipe-on clear coats. But eventually, this body, that frame, LS based. I built the motor already. It's just sitting in the garage. So that's kind of the plan. I reserve the right to change that at any time because I've never worked on anything this old. I don't know how any of it works. We're going to learn together. But first things first, it is a filthy mess. So I think me and my wife are going to go ahead and blast this thing with a pressure washer, inside, outside, upside down, to get all the nastiness off. There's bugs, road grime. I hauled it home on the open trailer and just kind of knock some of the flaking paint off. Maybe do like a Comet wash, Brillo pad type deal, just to kind of smooth everything out. And then it'll be at a point where we can dig in to the engine bay, have a look, try to get a battery. See, I know it turns over. I spun the crank bolt, but just see what we got. Because right now I'm just kind of soaking it up. It was in a field, tall grass, and I couldn't even really see it. So this walk around is kind of my first as well. I think it's going to be good. It's a lot of work, but I'm excited about it. And so far, parts have been pretty cheap. Now, when we go LST56, all that changes. But for now, I'm enjoying the cheapness. I've already changed the plan. I said I was going to pressure wash it first, and I lied. What I'm going to do, very first, is I'm going to pull all these plugs out, and I'm going to hose them down with I'm going to fog them. I bought some Stay-Bill fogging oil. And if we are going to try to fire this thing, it's been dry for a long time. So I'm going to basically fill all of them up one at a time, put the plugs back in, just let it sit. That way it can sit overnight, and when we're pressure washing, it can be cooking. So here's the plug. This is the one I pulled earlier. I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't look bad. Rich, for sure, but not like wild. A little sooty. All in all, fine. I've never used it. Oh, she works. So what we're going to do is liberally apply some fogging oil in each hole. That one must be down. We'll seal it up. I don't think we're going to get to the pressure washing here today. Ricky's still working. And because the truck means something to her, I promised that I wouldn't do too much by myself. Let's see how long that lasts. Part of me wants to pull the cap. Part of me doesn't even want to look in there. I'm doing it. I couldn't help myself. Well, the coil's just here. Whoa! I think they put points in this thing not long ago. Right before it was parked. That is clean in there. Rotor looks new. Points have a bunch of gap, I can tell. The screws are all messed up, so someone's been in here. Condenser looks fairly new. Perfect. We're not gonna mess with it. Well, we are gonna mess with it, but not right now. That's good news. Vacuum advance. Diaphragm moves at least. We're gonna have to deal with this little unit here at some point. For now, we'll just kind of wedge it. Actually, we don't want to do that because it's gonna hit the... No, it's fine. Look down here. It's hard to tell. I believe that is a glass bowl fuel filter. Good luck finding another one of them. So I believe this portion of the box here is the fuel tank. I don't think he's using this one anymore behind the seat. Cap's a dead giveaway. This line also runs to the carb. This is a locking cap. I have keys. Tried to get it open yesterday. Couldn't. I even have a key that says gas. So I squirted a bunch of juice in here yesterday, and I got the little flapper deal to move. Oh, it worked. My juice worked. That did not happen yesterday. Okay. Ooh, it smells like really bad old gas. That is a fuel tank. think it's dry, which is actually really good. Let's try to get to the bottom of it and see if there's like a drain or something, petcock down there. I believe this bed was homemade. So who knows how. I don't like this. I don't want to have it anymore. I also don't, I'd like to use this as the fuel tank and that'd be sick. So this is the bed. The fuel tank obviously only goes down this far. Now when we loaded the truck, this was open. So we're gonna try to figure out how to open that again. My father-in-law like hammered it shut and I don't know if we'll ever get there. I believe this, don't want to scratch it. Oh, whoa, okay. I'm so surprised that didn't fall out on the ride home. Okay, oh look, there is a drain. What are the chances that we round that off instantly or bust it off? Pretty good. I think what we'll do is we'll get some penetrating lube and we'll soak that and we won't touch it until tomorrow. And I gotta figure out this thing. Oh. Perfect. I was just having a look in here at my battery compartment, which you can tell is pristine. I do have a positive. I don't have a negative. Not that big of a deal. But there's this 5/16 ID, what appears to be fuel line, which is maybe how they had it running off like a boat tank and an electric pump or something. I can't see where it goes. So we're going to close this door, lay in our grass, and try to find it. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the end's right here. So they just tied into the hard line that rotted away and got fuel to it that way, which is exactly the same thing we're going to do. I wonder if it pulled from the pump. Oh, look at here. On the ground. It is the color of the Statue of Liberty. So my plan is, I keep saying that, I don't really have a plan. But I do have a dead 12-volt battery that's got like 9 volts in it. It's a perfect candidate. Give her just a little extra snap, but not enough to start a big fire, you know? Let's go back to the garage. It's cooler in there and see if I have a short length of black cable. I don't care what color. Short length of cable to make a new ground for tomorrow. So we're back in the shop. As you can see, I got a little excited. These are all parts for that truck. Tune-up type stuff. Cap, rotor, coil, carb, plugs, points, condenser, fuel pump, actually, even. Some other stuff that I'm sure I've forgotten about because they showed up like a week ago. What I didn't order is battery cables, which is kind of stupid. I mean, this is a ground, but it's kind of small or short. I think gauge-wise it's fine, but gross. So here's the old braided style, which are cool, but this one's seen better days. This is not going to be long enough. It's 2 gauge, and this is only like probably 8 gauge. So here's the deal. Neither of those are probably going to work. I do have to go to O'Reilly's tomorrow anyway, because I'm putting a starter in my neighbor's Chevy. She's old, and I told her I would just take care of it. So when I'm there, I can pick up a universal, like 16-inch ground cable and probably a new terminal, because it might be time. So that's it for today. See you tomorrow. We're going to pressure wash. Remember, you can talk to it now. Tell them how excited you are for your new truck.
Yeah. Did you guys know that 6 years is the iron anniversary? This is my anniversary present. Also my birthday present. Oh God. And probably what's going to send me to the hospital.
Try not to breathe it too much. What's this? Oh.
I think it's a paper towel roll.
Main Street Motorsports sticker.
That's a sticker?
Well, it was a sticker.
That's probably from Shader, I would think. You just breathed that in.
Is there a place in your hometown called Main Street Motorsports?
Not that I'm aware of. Don't breathe that in.
I need a bigger hose. I might need to like shovel some of this out.
Well, maybe you should start with that, Ty. Like, I'm not super...
There's acorns.
I think you might have a better time getting the big pieces out first and then vacuuming.
Yeah, I'll scoop it with my hand.
I don't know if there's any glass in there, so I'm worried about just taking handfuls, but...
There is glass. I saw
is there?
I saw it already, yeah. It's so gross.
Well, what part of in the backyard for 10 years made you think it wasn't going to be?
I think it's been more than...
What?
I think it's been more than 10, hasn't it?
I don't know. It was in Tyler's backyard for a while, and then my dad's backyard for a while.
Is that all the hose I got? Oh,
Yeah.
that's fine. I got a clog. All right, Reg, I might need your help if this seat comes out.
Okay.
I don't know how it works. See that screw on top? Take it out.
This one?
Yeah. It kind of looks like it just clips on this bar and then it might fold down. Oh Lord. Another light. Reg.
You can never have too many lights.
We've really gotten our money's
That one's
worth.
red.
And orange.
Well, you like orange.
How does this work now? Lift up on this, like up towards, like that, and go your way. Just set it. I'll come help you. Okay, they're in good shape.
Are you joking?
Yes.
Okay.
You know
No
what's
more
real-
stink bugs. Lots of them.
Yeah, that's why I want to pressure wash the inside real good.
I don't know. You guys don't have
You-
stink bugs here like that. These are.
You want
gross
to know
me
what's the most interesting to me? No, that we haven't found a single skeleton of any sort of
Don't
rodent.
even. Why did you put that out in the atmosphere? Now we're gonna find one.
I think we would have found it already. Stock tank, I don't think has been used in a number of years.
Stock tank for what?
That's the stock fuel tank.
The fuel tank's behind the seat?
Old trucks, yeah.
That seems dangerous.
What we're going to do is we're going to pull that out and shove the seat back as far as we can because I'm too tall to drive this.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, so
It must be so hard to be tall.
You might have to drive it
Okay.
instead of me.
Well, it is my anniversary present.
Yeah, okay. I think we're going to leave the frame in.
Well, I don't think it'd be the worst thing to pressure wash that.
No.
What about this thing?
That is a flasher relay for your blinkers. Notice how it comes up to the blinker stock that's a hose clamp to the steering column?
It's supposed to be that color underneath?
No.
Okay.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm
just
assuming
checking.
it doesn't work.
God, there are so many stink bugs.
I know. That is
Oh
tragic.
my God, there is a larva of ladybugs right here.
Well, we're going to hammer that with
I
high
can't
pressure
wait.
water.
Oh God, so gross.
All I want to do is get it running. That's all I want to do. But I can't. I gotta clean it first.
Because I ain't sitting in here with you.
You think he was a smoker? No?
Well, I'm sure this had several.
I don't want to ruin that. We got to fix that so she closes because that's a cool piece of trim.
Do you clear coat the dash too?
You can. We probably will. When we get that far, we got to be careful. You don't want to get it on anything like the gauges or this stainless.
Because it'll
piece.
get.
So we might mask it a little bit, but we got to get it clean first. Oh, look at this.
Oh God, that was what I just saw in my head. That was where you're going to see the skeleton of the mouse fall out.
Headliner's in great shape.
I like that it
There's
has
more of it.
almost like a skylight. It's just 2 holes.
It might have had a light on top.
Well, oh God,
I think it see, we're roadside service in this, I think.
Alberta.
Bird of beef.
Okay, Tyler's getting the hose ready. Grim is keeping watch. Tyler made me spray degreaser all in here. All right.
You gotta purge all the air out.
Oh.
See? You don't want that happening. That will hurt your lips. Right here,
Avoid.
consider off limits.
Okay.
Everywhere else, hammer down. Try not to spray directly at this cap either. But around it is fine, and I actually
Sorry,
have
point out the cap again. I can't see
with
it.
all the wires going to it.
Okay.
Right in the horn.
Well, I think it needs it.
Everything needs it. Never wash your car like this.
No shit. You have to do the inside.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Should I put gloves on?
yes, I think you should. I kind of also hope there's a big freaking spider in there.
2 days ago at work, there was a spider crawling like on the wall by my desk. I got up and left. And I told Nick, I said, kill that fucking spider before I come back. And he tried to be a nice guy and like capture it and take it outside and lost it. So it's still on the loose.
Oh.
Which is a bummer because now I have to burn work down.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, there's a big spider.
Get it.
Hey! You think this is going to make it rust?
Well, I don't. You're the one who knows.
I'm kidding. Look at it.
It's just really gross.
It's going to work though. Good, huh?
It's-
What's it look like on this? See, it'll blast off some of that flaky
Oh my
paint.
God, you're throwing fleck everywhere.
Oh, sorry. Ricky's headed to the store to get some stuff for lunch. She made me promise not to do any more work on the truck while she's gone. She didn't say anything about the parts I've already taken off. So I'm going to go ahead and try to pressure wash this mouse house of a seat because it's a nice day, and if I do it early, It may even dry out. Blowing nieces. Oh, it's so gross. Just now realize they're different colors. Spin these units. Oh, they're not different colors. Just the edging of that one is. I'm sure simple green is not the recommended cleaner for these, but I just want to try to get some of the gross off. Eventually we will recover these. I actually have this super cool like Pendleton style wool blanket that we have no use for in our normal lives, but I got it as a gift and I've been hanging on to it with this project in mind. They're at least not toxic anymore, and it's definitely good enough to put a bench seat cover over. So I don't think she showed you, but here in the interior, I damn near sawed the floor, or did saw it a little bit. Almost took the seat right out of it with the turbo nozzle. Oh, popsicle stick, right on. While she's gone, I think we're gonna see if we can't get the plug out of this, see if there's any fuel left in it. I wanna see if it'll pull from the tank, but I don't wanna pull a bunch of gross gas. So if that plug will come out, drain fuel over my yard, I'll stick the washer down there and I'll just kind of give her a rinse. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna bust that thing off. All right, got a long ratchet. Let's see if we can't hammer this on there. Oh, I think it's coming. I think it's coming. What do you think? Fuel coming out on me or not? Not. Not because it's plugged. Yes, that is why. Leave that out. We'll get the pressure washer. As much as I want that to be the fuel tank that we run, I'm sure this is just untreated steel on the inside and it is probably rusty. Let's pump some water in it. Okay, so my plan is to shove the pressure washer nozzle down in here. Just pull the trigger and hopefully water comes out. It does smell like fuel, so either way I kind of want to rinse it, because I don't know if you've seen this bed, but I'm gonna have to do a little bit of cutting and grinding. I don't want to do that next to a tank that's held fuel. So here we go. Things are coming out. It's getting more clear. It smells a lot like gasoline. Oh good, there is some rust holes back there for it to drain. I was worried about that. So I just had a genius idea, which I do from time to time. I got another plug, plugged it. I'm gonna dump some oil eater down in the tank and all over everything. Then I'm gonna fill it and just let it sit. Then I'll pull that plug and drain it out, because right now I wasn't getting it all over. Okay, that's plenty. I think, I don't know, I've never done this before. It feels like plenty. I wish this had a trigger lock. It doesn't. Pull that Bondo right off of there. I'll do the roof when you're ready. So what I'm gonna do while she's doing that is take an SLS pad with some soap in it and just go over everything. Kind of smooth out some of the flaky rust. And we'll give it another rinse. Might even polish it a bit. It does look good when it's wet. I'm hoping this is what it looks like when we put the pipe on clear on it. Before we do that, I don't know if we're gonna do it today, to be honest.
Ooh, this is a bunch of scum.
We gotta wipe it down with like grease and wax remover. And it's not supposed to be this hot when you apply it.
Tomorrow might be better.
Tomorrow
morning.
Morning or evening.
Could we prep it and get it all ready and then do it tomorrow morning? or even tonight. I think stink bugs are the bug I'm most afraid of.
Really?
Yeah. And there was a lot of them in here. They're just gross and they fly. Then when you squish them, they smell like crab apples.
That's the stink part.
Which is, again, I do feel like it is an appropriate name for this truck, although I'm not overly afraid of it. I'm afraid of tetanus.
Well, I think that's it for today. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Stay tuned for more stink bugs.
Stink bug.
There's a lot of short-term plans and even more long-term plans. Short-term, wipe on clear coat, wheels, tires, get it running, driving around the yard. Long-term, we talked about that yesterday. It is a new day. We're back on the 50. Reg is currently wiping it down with acetone, and then we're going to try some of that wipe on clear coat. We're only doing the cab, fenders, and hood. Got to leave the box raw because it needs a little bit of metal work.
A little bit.
A little bit of metal work.
Just a little. Not much. It'll buff right out.
And I want to maybe have enough to do 2 coats on the cab. So we're going to mix half the bottle, lay it on, see how we do. It's probably already too warm to do it. We're going to give it a shot.
Why are we doing it?
Because this is the time we have, and it'll be fine. So we got...
Wait, do I have to keep shaking this?
This it says shake well. What Reg is shaking is Derek's Vice Grip Garage wipe on clear coat. We went with the gloss instead of the matte because I'm hoping the truck looks wet all the time. It comes with a quart of the liquid and 4 ounces of the catalyst.
You could be like a makeup person.
That is the appropriate ratio if you're using the whole bottle. We're not using the whole bottle because I think we'd have a lot left over. So we're going to cut it in half. So we're going to do 16 ounces of part A to 2 ounces of part B to maintain our 8-to-1 ratio. So I got some mixing cups from Lowe's. We're going to do that really quick. And then we're going to, it's got, by the way, we only have 2 hours to do this, Reg. It dries in 2 hours.